I know it's about today. It's about tonight, the Dodgers. But if you just put all that into the Giant smoothie, I mean, it's not good at all. And right now we're, arguing about them calling up a top prospect who I love to watch swing to, watch him grow, Eldridge. And now you're telling me, Steiny, they don't have a place for him? That's weird.
Jim Bowden thinks so. You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM and HD1 San Francisco and Odyssey Sports Station. Always live on the free Odyssey app and now broadcasting from the Laughing Monk Studios. I do feel like things are teetering a little bit for the Giants.
How so when you say that, teetering?
Well, it's like every series. Okay, so, they win 2 or 3 against the Pirates. Yeah. They win the first 2 against the Dodgers. It's like, okay, getting like they're just not. They're not ever, it feels like, going to be far from trouble around the corner, I guess is what I'm saying.
And you're 7 games under.
Exactly. Yeah. Wait, did you bet that they'd hit 500 at some point?
Oh, yeah, I jumped in with Willard. Okay. Like, I'm not out on this team. I truly am not, but you're right. Every time you feel like they're making progress, hey, and if you get the game tonight with Roop on the bump, you've taken 3 out of 4 from the Dodgers. But, then you got the A's. I'll be at the game Saturday night. You didn't ask. But, then you got the A's. And, I mean, at some point, Johnny, they got to start, just getting some traction. And this feels like Kuminga-ish. But Kuminga got his opportunities, with young Eldridge. I feel for him. He should be playing every day.
See, yeah. And
if it's here or AAA.
Well, the one thing I also feel like with Posey is – and to me, coaches and managers are like this. Like, you're sitting here saying, we're going to play better. They'll even things out. I think guys like Posey look at it and say, you know what? We can't expect it to get better. We can't.
Then we failed, including Buster.
Exactly.
But I don't think it's too early to come to that conclusion.
Well, I just saw a report from Bob Nightingale saying Posey's thinking about moving guys around. Good
luck with that, but go ahead. I saw that too.
What I'm saying is, I get that 40 games, 45 games isn't the biggest sample size, but, I mean, he something happened with Patrick Bailey where he said, he stinks. We have to get rid of him. And he did. So and
some say it was a good trade.
What I'm thinking is, at some point, they keep losing. Somebody else he's going to feel like stinks, and they're going to get traded. And I don't know what you get for him, but I think Posey already is down on this team for more than just a bad start. But I can't put my finger on it. But I think we're going to find that Posey can be a little itchy.
But why am I getting mad at that? Because I feel like you're saying Buster's not responsible. He put this together.
Yeah, that's why he's going to change it.
And Matt Chapman, Steiny, has a no-trade clause. Just think about that. Close your eyes and think about if you wanted to get him up out of here.
Well, you think they're going to play better. I'm just telling you that I think Posey's the kind of guy that looks at the team and says, it ain't happening with this team. I gotta go in another direction.
Well, how does he get better at his job, though? Because you put this together.
GMs make mistakes all the time, and then they either correct them or they don't. And I think it's fair. I think it's possible that he said, let's look at Chapman, Devers, and Adames and said, I like that core. And now a year and a half later, he says, you know what? I misjudged Adames.
All right.
Devers' bat speed's a little slow.
All right, I'll give you that. But what about Buster? Because we both decided or think that he's in on this Eldridge situation and the way he's been handled. That doesn't look like the right choice.
Well,
you can't get mad at the players on that, Buster.
That's my point. But he's got no experience.
And he's Buster like Tony Vitello, too, to keep it real.
Yeah,
in regard to no experience.
And all these things factor in to, what you think about when you're going into a season. And to me, all this was a net negative. And it looks like it's kind of showing its way. Posey doesn't have a lot of experience. Vitello has no experience. I think the core's okay. I do not think it's anything special.
Well, Chapman,
I think the pitching is mediocre. they don't have a closer. I mean, the one thing I'll give Giants fans tons of credit for is they are not scapegoating Vitello for this.
Right.
And I'm with them on that one in a big way. This is a Buster Posey problem. They either have to play better pretty soon, or then he's got to evaluate what he's done and whether he wants to correct it or not. This is more Jim Bowden on just he can't believe what's going on.
Why in the world is Devers, Chapman, Adames not hit?
Okay.
How can the Giants be last in runs scored? You guys are there every day. You tell me. When I was a GM, I'd be firing all these people. I'm not watching this anymore. Someone's got to be held accountable. It's friggin' the middle of May, and none of them are hitting. So I know Devers is now, but you understand my point. I'm not there to know the hitting coaches. I'm not there to know the analytic people. I'm not there to know what the technical people are doing. I'm not getting it. But I know what Devers is. He's 29 years old, and last year when he hit 35 and drove in 100, that's what he is. So he should be 30-100. So why isn't he hitting? Why does Matt Chapman have one home run? Why is Willy Adames not hitting? I want new voices. I want someone to come in here and fix it. It's getting late. Like, this should at least be a 500 team.
Jim Bowden, former Reds
that's what
GM.
that's what they were last year, Jim. That's what they finished, 500.
But these are new guys, aren't they?
Well, Chapman, Adames.
No, I'm talking about who does he want fired? You can't fire Vitello, and the hitting coach just got here, right?
What is it? Hunter Mensah?
So
I'm messing.
I get that. He's very decisive, but it's a little unrealistic at this point.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I asked, it's unfair, but life's unfair. What grade would you give Buster Posey on his job overall as president of baseball ops?
C-.
Yeah, okay. Then we're in the same ballpark. Like, this is the Eldridge thing is on, to me, it's a bad look for Buster. And if you're right with the fans not scapegoating Tony, I mean, Buster put this together. But to hear you say, Buster's mad or he's got an itchy finger, I'm like, well, is that a good or bad thing? Because I do believe in Adames still. I believe in Devers. Matt Chapman scared me, Steiny. But he's your weak link, but he's got control. You could keep his ass on the bench if you decide to. But as far as getting Jetson up out of here, he's got a no-trade clause.
Well, and this is the other thing when you have a guy in your front office with no experience and you have a manager with no experience, you have no expectation of who they are, what their personality is as that role. Like, we all know what Buster Posey's personality is on the field, but I don't know if on a scale of 1 to 10, in terms of aggressiveness, he's a 4, 6, or 10. I don't know, because we don't know, because he's never done anything before.
Yeah.
I can tell you that Mike Dunleavy is a general manager. Now we've seen him for 3 or 4 years. I would think most fans look at Dunleavy and say, he's pretty patient. He doesn't make rash moves. I think they would say that. That wasn't said about Chris Mullin. Like, Chris Mullin, if he thought there was something, boom, he'd do it. I don't know how Buster Posey is, but I think he's probably more like Mullin than
How did that work
Dunleavy.
for Mullin when you say that? Because I didn't know that about him.
What do you mean?
Like, his tenure, and his quick trigger finger.
He re-signed Troy Murphy and Mike Dunleavy, and they weren't very good anyway after that. And he said, I'm going to trade these guys that I just signed. And he traded them for Steven Jackson, and boom, everything changed. Yeah. Like, it's known as correcting a mistake. And I think Posey's more likely to do that if he thinks he made a mistake. But the other thing is, if you've made a mistake with Devers, Chapman, or Adames, I don't know what you do.
Okay,
you can't not play them consistently.
No, that would be dumb.
Okay, so when we're talking about sitting Chapman for a week, to me that's a nightmare scenario.
All right, one more thing. Now, it's kind of funny because I act like I know these people and I don't. I met Dusty Baker, but the bottom line is I believe Duster and Bruce Bochy, to me, would have handled this Eldridge situation differently, whoever their baseball president was.
No juice. Why are they even there then?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm questioning now, because this is like, I'll give you the Buster component of the players not performing, but this decision and to tease the fan base that is looking for the next and to tease them and bring this guy up and then kind of keep him on ice is like, Stoney, that looks like a bad decision. So Jim Bowden, he has no ties to the Bay Area, but I honestly would, like, if Kruko walked up in here or Kipe, I got to believe a lot of Giant stewards or, guys of the past would be like, this is weird. Like, why are you doing the kid this way? And I think Buster's he's got the power, so that's on him.
Yeah. And apparently, either he doesn't listen to Bochy and Dusty Baker, or he listens to them and they think it's fine too.
Which would really shock me.
It wouldn't shock me. I find it hard to believe that Bruce Bochy and Dusty Baker would have an opinion that Buster wouldn't care about. Like, how could he? Maybe Buster said, you know what? We just got to get him up to the big club.
Right, okay.
And we'll play him as much as we can because maybe we need to put pressure on the guys up there. And if they see Eldridge every day, they'll get a certain kind of message.